Yes, this is the 5th installment of the real Manhunt for Darren Berg. I am the mine hunter, Daniel Quick, and it's been an odd few weeks. I continue to work the Berg case, and had been trying to call, when the calls to Fresno were getting hung up. But I finally got a back number that I'd used before, and I called, and this was about a week ago, today being July 13th. And I was supposedly sent to the marshal's office in Fresno. My call was being transferred several times in her office, supposedly. And then I was told by a gentleman that they had researched these angles about Berg being at a gas station in Bellingham, and that it wasn't him, that they had researched it, it wasn't him. And that's what I was told by someone. I didn't get the name of them. They would not give me their name, but I put in a call then to the deputy in charge. Apparently Mr. Tom Martinez out of Fresno is the new deputy in charge. And he still hasn't returned my calls, so I'm still, I tell people that I feel like a fed because, they keep me in the dark and feed me bullshit. So, having said that, I'm soldiering on and not knowing, who knows, it could be with, that they know exactly where Berg is, and they're just not letting on to that, to try to get them to get comfortable and come out. It could be any number of things, but I need verification on that, so I'm gonna try to get some kind of independent verification. Because I'll tell you, I'm pretty much sure with Berg. Look at the facial freckles and this part on him in the pictures right here. Stuff that cannot be hidden. And I'm pretty sure that was him, so I don't know if someone's having me on or not. I later that night, I think it was July 6th, got in touch with the people at Coast to Coast AM, a radio show with George Norrie. And I spoke to the producer there live and told him about Darren Berg and going on. And he said, well, no, you can't, that's not really for this show. But he said, call the FBI. And of course, I've been in touch with the FBI, but I got in touch with the FBI again because he's a wise older man, and I filed a report. I don't know if the FBI ran with it or not, or what's going on, but that is where we are, people, and that is the status. Darren Berg is still at large, despite me identifying him and catching him with two of his identities, first Daryl Blankenship and then David Chevron. First, the guy identified him back in November of last year, and in July, so it's 6-7 months, and I'm wondering. And the only other thing I wanted to say was my partner in this, Mr. Mark Calvert, has been once again instrumental. We talked just the other day, and we hadn't chatted for a few weeks. But as soon as my call came in, he was on it right away and answered and was very responsive to me and supportive. And Mr. Calvert, I want to thank you for that. Like I say, without your leadership, it's stern, stable leadership, and your stick-to-itiveness. We may not have seen this project as far as we have, and he's just done a fantastic job continuing to represent the interests of all the creditors. Again, Mark is the kind of guy that has a lot of demands on his time, and he could be working on anything he wanted to be working on. But he thought that this project was important, and so I want to thank you, Mark, for being a part of this and keeping my spirits up at times. They say teamwork makes the dream work, and I'm proud to be a part of your team. So thank you, sir. And in the meantime, when it comes to Mr. Berg, and it comes to that $120 million he took, You can think about taking it, but don't do it. Just don't do it. Thank you and God bless.